Welcome, folks, to the heart of the music industry's legal battles. We're broadcasting from our state-of-the-art studio, where the vibrant rhythms of legendary tunes gave way to the tense hum of legal disputes. We're dissecting a courtroom drama, captivating music lovers and copyright experts worldwide. It's a high-stakes legal showdown, a melody duel with plaintiff Juan Jackson, challenging Warner Records. Jackson claims his unique composition, Assumptions Day, has been plagiarized. It's a narrative not just about a song, but the foundation of creativity, artist rights, and the blurry boundary between inspiration and infringement. As we guide you through this labyrinth of legal crescendos, discordant disputes, and the melody of justice, prepare for a deep dive into the world of copyright law. Let's strike the first note with the details of the lawsuit announcement. In the cozy corner of our studio, we are joined by renowned musicologist and copyright expert, Dr. Harmonia Note. Dr. Note has spent decades analyzing music, breaking down the complex layers of rhythm, melody, and lyrics. Her expertise in identifying similarities and differences in songs is unparalleled, and she's here to shed some light on this intricate case. Dr. Note points out that Jackson's lawsuit is not just about Assumptions Day and Say My Name. In his claim, Jackson alleges that thematic and lyrical elements from his song have been replicated in various tracks produced by Rodney Jerkins for artists under Warner Records. This includes significant parallels in phrases, themes, and styles. Dr. Note underscores that proving such instances of copyright infringement can be challenging. It's not uncommon for artists to be influenced by others, but where does influence end and plagiarism begin? It's a thin line, and in this case, the court's decision could have far-reaching implications for the music industry. So as we prepare to delve into the lawsuit announcement, remember that the stakes are high, not just for Jackson and Warner Records, but for every artist who draws inspiration from the music that came before them. Stay tuned as we unravel this enthralling legal symphony. Good evening and welcome to Copyright Court TV. Tonight we examine a major new copyright infringement lawsuit that has the music world buzzing. Songwriter Juan Jackson has rocked the boat, filing a lawsuit against the pop supergroup Destiny's Child. He alleges that their chart-topping hit Say My Name infringes upon his copyrighted song Assumptions Day. Jackson's lawsuit throws a spotlight on the core creative elements of Say My Name, accusing the song of unlawfully mimicking elements from Assumptions Day without permission. He's seeking a staggering $1 billion in damages, taking aim at Destiny's Child members Beyoncé Knowles Carter and Kelly Rowland, and producer Rodney Jerkins. Jackson's argument hinges on the similarities he identifies between Assumptions Day and Say My Name, most notably the repeated use of the song's title hook. Will he be able to prove his case in court? If successful, this could be one of the largest copyright awards in music history. The lawsuit centers around Jackson's song Assumptions Day, registered with the US Copyright Office in 2001. However, the origins of the song trace back to 1997, 4 years before Destiny's Child released their chart-topping hit, Say My Name. As the story goes, Jackson crafted Assumptions Day around the same time Destiny's Child was just beginning to make waves in the music industry. Fast forward to 1999, Destiny's Child drops their album, The Writings on the Wall, featuring the now iconic track, Say My Name. The song quickly catapulted the group to unprecedented heights of fame, even bagging them 2 Grammy Awards. Yet, Jackson asserts that beneath the surface of this commercial success lies a concerning truth. He believes Say My Name is a creative echo of his song Assumptions Day, with striking similarities in lyrics, themes, and structure. To back his claim, Jackson enlisted the expertise of musicologist Dr. Robert Tamaro. After a meticulous analysis of both songs, Dr. Tamaro identified over a dozen significant parallels that align with Jackson's accusations. The most notable among these is the repeated use of the phrase "Say My Name" in Destiny's Child song, which Jackson argues mirrors the title hook Assumptions Day in his own composition. Additionally, both songs delve into the exploration of assumptions in relationships, centered around the motif of a phone call. Jackson also points out the deliberate repetition of words like day and no. He believes these shared elements are far from coincidental and carry the unmistakable signature of his original work. It's important to note that this isn't Jackson's first legal tussle with Destiny's Child. He first sued the group over copyright infringement back in 2000, although that case was eventually dismissed. Now, 2 decades later, he's back in the ring, armed with what he believes to be compelling evidence. Jackson claims these similarities provide compelling evidence of copyright infringement. As the case unfolds, the courts will decide whether these alleged parallels amount to a violation of Jackson's creative rights. Destiny's Child has not yet publicly responded to the lawsuit. This isn't the first time these two musical entities have clashed in court. Jackson's legal wrangling with Destiny's Child dates back to the year 2000, when he initially filed a copyright infringement lawsuit against the group. However, that case was eventually dismissed. Now, the stakes are higher than ever. Jackson is seeking statutory damages to the tune of over $1 billion, a figure that could set a new precedent in the music industry. The lawsuit alleges that the infringement was willful and intentional, magnifying the gravity of the situation. The heart of this lawsuit lies in Jackson's claim that Say My Name shares substantial similarities with his song Assumptions Day, in terms of lyrics, themes, and structure. The repeated use of the phrase Say My Name in the Destiny's Child song, he argues, mirrors the title hook Assumptions Day in his composition. Other similarities include the exploration of assumptions in relationships, the central theme of a phone call, and the deliberate repetition of words like day and no. The commercial success of Say My Name is also a significant element in this lawsuit. The song was Destiny's Child's breakthrough hit, winning 2 Grammy Awards and propelling the group to superstardom. It's been a mainstay on radio stations, in clubs, and on streaming platforms for more than 2 decades, generating substantial revenue for the group and their associates. Jackson argues that this success has been unjustly achieved at his expense. He contends that the alleged infringement has allowed Destiny's Child and their team to profit for decades from his creative work without his authorization or compensation. The courts will now decide whether substantial similarities exist and if any copyright protections were violated. As we await the verdict, one thing is clear. This high-profile case has the potential to change the landscape of music copyright lawsuits. If Jackson prevails, it could serve as a stark reminder to all in the music industry about the importance of proper attribution and compensation for creative works. Jackson argues the commercial success of Say My Name has unjustly profited the defendants for decades. This high-profile case has broader implications for the music industry. It's more than a mere legal squabble between artists. It's a vivid reminder of the delicate balance between inspiration and imitation that musicians must navigate in their creative process. The lawsuit puts a spotlight on the ongoing debate over what constitutes originality in music. In a world where there are only so many notes and chords to play with, it's inevitable that some songs will sound similar. But where do we draw the line? When does a familiar melody or lyrical theme shift from being a coincidence or homage to becoming a copyright infringement? This case also illustrates the power and potential pitfalls of copyright law. Artists depend on it to protect their work and livelihood. Yet it can also stifle creativity if it's too heavily enforced. Striking the right balance is a complex task that courts, lawmakers, and the music industry are grappling with. Importantly, the lawsuit underscores the need for diligence in ensuring proper attribution and compensation for creative works. Every song is a product of someone's imagination, time, and talent. When we listen to music, we're not just hearing sounds, we're experiencing someone's intellectual property, and that deserves respect and protection. Jackson's billion-dollar claim in damages might seem astronomical, but it's a stark reminder of the high stakes involved. It's not just about the money, it's about the principle. It's about ensuring that artists are fairly compensated for their contributions to our culture and society. So what's next? The case will proceed through the courts, where a judge or jury will decide whether Destiny's Child infringed upon Jackson's copyright. They'll examine the similarities between Say My Name and Assumptions Day and determine whether these constitute a violation of copyright law. It's a decision that could have far-reaching consequences, not just for Destiny's Child and Juan Jackson, but for the entire music industry. It could set a precedent for future copyright cases and influence how we define originality in music. The courts will now decide whether substantial similarities exist and if any copyright protections were violated. We'll be following this case closely here on Copyright Court TV. So stay tuned as we continue to break down the intricate details of this high-stakes legal drama. This lawsuit is no ordinary case. It's a billion-dollar question that could redefine the landscape of music copyright law. In the coming episodes, we'll dissect Jackson's infringement claims. Is there merit to the striking similarities between Say My Name and Assumption's Day? How will the courts interpret these resemblances? Will Destiny's Child break their silence and present a robust defense? Beyond the courtroom, we'll explore the broader implications. Could this lawsuit trigger a wave of similar claims? How will it impact the way songwriters and musicians protect their creative works? And importantly, what does it mean for the future of music copyright lawsuits? That wraps up our coverage of the major new Destiny's Child copyright lawsuit. Join us next time as we delve into more hot legal battles over creative works, only on Copyright Court TV.